All right.
All right,
Good
we're
luck,
in
man.
round 3. There's the handshake. Antonino de Rosa on the left. Willy Edel on the right. We're going to see
Yeah, the time.
Jund
Judge.
on behalf of Willy Edel. What are we going to see from Antonino de Rosa?
All right.
Well,
I'm
he's
gonna,
playing a
get
deck designed, he said, by
forest.
Alessandro Portaro, which is a Naya deck that is Bloodbraid Elf
basic forest.
cascading into Boom Bust.
And we see him get right away the Verdant Catacombs into Noble Hierarch.
Right. So for those of you who don't remember when this deck was a PTQ, a very popular PTQ deck in Standard, pioneered by Kyle Bogamies, right, leading up to his Pro Tour San Diego top 8. The Bloodbraid Elf. The two sides of Boom Bust are 2 and 6, but you can still.
Willy Edel, being
Reveal it
the
off for
old
2.
school player that he is, knows you always bolt the bird. So he is Blackleaf Cliff into Lightning Bolt, taking care of that Noble Hierarch.
He's like, oh yeah, I still have a bird.
Put one of these. It's your turn.
Marsh Flats comes down after the Bird's Paradise, and Nino ships the turn.
So we've got a couple of new cards from Return to Ravnica here. We see a Loxodon and Smiter. And there it is in his hand, alongside Lightning Helix and Blood Moon.
It's probably not going to make him discard the Smiter.
I don't think he is.
Smear.
And Blood Moon
Take out the
not
more.
going to completely shut down the Jund deck, but it's going to do a pretty good job of it.
Saw a number of people playing four Blood Moon main decks.
Well, we had Kenji Zamura
Yeah.
in round
Think about it
1
for a second.
win at least one of his games on the back of that.
Yeah.
Antonino breaks his Marsh Flats.
Seems like a great choice against
This
a
field,
lot of these Jund decks. In fact, you see a lot of them
You have the
more
Blood Moon
basics
on
than you
your
might
first
really
6?
expect in a modern format, simply because of cards like Blood Moon.
I had no idea you're playing Jund. I had a one-lander with a Plains. Game 1, the first land I drew. With an Arc, so can't really keep that.
You can hear Antonino talking about his mulligan decision.
People really seem on their heels when they realize they're playing Jund. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like, oh no.
it can strip away your hand. It can kill your dudes. I mean, it's pretty efficient at what
Play
it does.
2 creatures at a time.
Okay. Antonino uses the Birds of Paradise to play that Smiter. So he's ready to go with some 4/4 action. Willy Edel got to be a little careful because again he knows that Blood Moon's around.
Yeah, he can assume that Antonino's not playing one copy. It's not like he's Frank Karsten.
There's
One
another
attack.
Noble Hierarch, and he battles in. Of course, Noble Hierarch's Exalted triggers, makes the
Your turn.
Smiter 5/5, drops Willy Edel to 15. Four mana for Willy Edel probably means Bloodbraid Elf. And 2 Abrupt Decay. Was going to take care of that Smiter.
Dead.
You know, there's the good thing about
Lightning Helix.
stuff
21.
casting less is that it costs less.
Go ahead.
The bad news is
Yeah.
things
It's all eligible for decay.
right. All right.
14.
I almost wonder if that's, part of the reason a lot more people, obviously Jund won the Players' Championship, but also, Abrupt Decay is just perfectly suited for this format.
Yeah. All right. Treetop Village getting in for Willy Edel and
24.
Antonino de Rosa top deck
24, right?
another
Yep.
Lightning Helix
Good.
to take care of that, raising his life total to 21. Edel responds with Dark Confidant. Here comes Birds of Paradise flying over, getting the Exalted trigger.
Should have bolted it.
Dealing 1.
Picture. 11.
Yep.
Edel reveals an Abrupt Decay off
I-
of,
Yeah.
I draw side.
And he's like, oh, and then I'll draw.
and then I'll draw.
22.
That will drop to him to 11, and Nino to 22. There's really nothing worth decaying at the moment.
Picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kitchen Finks will probably bring Willy Edel back into this game a little bit. He jumps up.
Do you see how many cards he has in his hand?
All right, you're giving me an out.
And another Dark Contribon.
This is funny. We might see an Armageddon here.
Yeah.
Armageddon let you die to your Dark Confidants? Is that Ant's plan? No, it is
No,
not.
because he gets beaten down at the same time.
Your turn.
First time.
Yep.
Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, he has to lose
Second
4.
one.
Second one is a Tarmogoyf. He's going to lose 2 more, so he will go to 7.
Yep.
Then he takes his regular draw step. So Willy Edel does have to win pretty fast here now. Now the Armageddon might be a reasonable choice.
Right. I mean,
Six,
Ant's still
22.
at 22,
He's going to take 7 here,
at least.
at least. If there's another Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, there it is. Spin the wheel into a Kitchen Finks.
Eight.
So Edel back up to 8. And in
3, 6, 8, 10,
for
12.
10, dropping to Rosa to 12.
Go.
I mean, Edel could be in a position where
3, 6, 9.
he doesn't get into his draw step.
3, 6, 9,
13.
11, 13.
Okay, Nino doing the combat math, seeing what's going to happen
I
on the
think, I
crackback.
think he's. I think he's like, can I Geddon, block 1 creature, stay alive, and have you take 8 damage over 2 turns?
Right. I think that's the line. He's going back. You see him lean. You see him on the side monitor leaning back, put his hands on his head. He's
All right,
flying
now
over
just, bust.
and bust.
I bust out.
Your turn.
All right, spin the wheel.
First one.
Oh, the first one's a land.
5.
Second one's a Jun Charm. It goes to 5. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Screw this one up.
So he's got a block of Bloodbraid Elf.
Take 10.
Takes 10. He
One.
goes to
No,
1.
one.
Edel drops a Raging Ravine.
Go.
Antonino untaps. Draws.
A bolt would have been pretty sick there.
There's a Noble Hierarch. Not going to do him much good. Okay, let's see what Willy Edel spins off the
Yep.
top here. The first one is
Second one.
land. Second one is another land. And we're going to go to game 2. Willy Edel takes an entertaining game 1 away from Antonino de Rosa.
Antonino thinking maybe he should have done that sooner.
Pretty close.
Very, very close.
That game,
I can look at notes, right?
the game,
I'm old. I don't remember anymore.
Who
What to
wrote
do.
this for you?
Huh?
Who wrote this for you?
What?
Who wrote this?
I wrote it.
You didn't.
I did. I
You're
did.
not
I
capable.
promise I did.
You didn't.
little entertaining byplay between the players. Nino.
There's been some banter between these two guys over the years.
There certainly isn't any love lost here.
Yeah.
Wondering which guild is right for you? Take the quiz at guildsofravnica.com. Then declare your allegiance on planeswalkerpoints.com to earn special badges and achievements. Choose your guild. My guild, Orzhov.
Is your guild Orzhov?
I think I'm more Orzhov than
Did you take the
Azorius.
test?
I took the test.
What'd the test say?
The test said I was Azorius.
Well, then you are Azorius. That test is not wrong.
Okay.
I took it. I'm Simic. It said I was Simic.
It's right. I know
It
you
was
love your
correct.
Simic. I mean, even your commander deck is just raw dog Simic.
Yeah. You know you're Simic when you play Jungle Barrier.
Yeah, that's right.
So we saw Antonino try to
It's funny,
make
like
Willy
Play
Edel
this deck is good against
like
John.
roast on the spit of his two Dark
Shapeshift versus good
Confidants.
against random decks.
And this is obviously a card we've seen a ton of this weekend. There you get a look at Dark Confidant. It was Bob Maher's Invitational card, winning the Invitational in 2004. And the flavor text actually references Bob's nickname, which is the Great One.
Right.
Greatness at any cost. One of the great flavor texts, I think,
Yeah.
of the game.
And a great card. I mean, it's popular. You see there on the graphic, 48 GP top 8s to date.
Wow.
So that's been in a lot of winning decks.
No wonder they inducted Bob into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I don't know about that line. Offers a steady stream of cards for the low cost of a few life.
Well, it certainly
It
got
seems
Willy.
Faustian.
It got Willy Edel there. Although he actually got there on the backs of those kitchen finks, which was enough to keep him around. I mean, if you Dark Confidant into kitchen finks, it seems okay.
Right. And also the card advantage of the Blood Braid, obviously. Just
Right.
a huge factor.
Report from the back table: Shahar Shanar has gone up one game on William Jensen. We'll get more reports as they come in.
And that matchup looks like.
That's the Storm deck, right?
Well, yeah, it looks like we're seeing kind of a blue-white-red Delver deck from Shahar. The Team Panic. So this is the Sacramento, Roseville area team of pros. And that's that. And this is very excited. Billy Jensen's deck is a Storm deck. But we see a couple of... I'm not seeing my Epic Experiment. A little disappointed here. But Pyromancer Ascension, and we're seeing...
Electromancer, Goblin.
Goblin Electromancer. Fun card. Not a card I was expecting to see this weekend.
So,
At least if you win, I hope it just goes to game 3 so we get some more camera
Goblin
time.
Electromancer.
Right.
is
Kind of like to be on
pretty
the camera.
exciting. 2 mana to get 5 mana.
yeah, that's
It's a lot better than 3 mana to get 5 mana.
And
Do they hear everything we
Metamorphose to
said?
get 1 mana in a card.
Ooh, that's
See
exciting.
that
I think they're
piped
on
air,
into
they
our
don't.
ears
Yeah,
by
okay.
the irreplaceable Rashad Miller.
Well, he's our resident Electromancer.
So what are we going to expect to see out of the sideboard out of these guys?
No.
I think Ant
Secret.
is siding in more Dark
Play around
Confidence
the
into
Farzai.
Adel's
Into
deck.
Adel's
That's his
deck.
plan.
I play first.
I mean, there's just... I'm looking to see. I guess he's got to bring in the Abrupt Decay maybe to deal with Blood Moons. Hope off some combination of basic lands. His 2 swamps and a forest to deal with a Blood Moon.
You did mulligan game 1.
Well,
Looking through.
We see Antonino going to 6. It's like Willy Edel's
He
also going to
started at
6.
6 last game as well.
John
Bunch
does a
of
pretty-
odd cards in the sideboard for DeRosa. So we'll see what he ended up doing. But he's got some interesting ones.
You'd never want a mulligan, but John is kind of a mulligan resilient deck, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, if you can get to a Blood Braid, you get to undo that. You really punish your opponents. You see how kind of willy-nilly they're pretty happy. They're like, oh, Lily out of the veil, I'll discard a card.
Right.
The cards are sort of extraneous to them. They're just focused on the mission.
and you use
So,
physics, and you exercise.
and there's
All the time.
it's
Yeah, but there's nothing else to
gonna be an
do.
interesting matchup.
We play basketball, we go to the beach.
Talking about
you know,
Curacao, which
You just
It's like
stay
a
at
life.
the internet connection sucks there. You can't even play Magic online. Yeah.
So the
talking
woes-
about the horrors of island life, obviously.
Yeah.
my internet
Like,
internet
at
connection
home, the
on
internet
the
connection
beach is a little
unusable.
slow.
I can't even if I want to watch a stream movie.
How do you work?
Well, at work they have really good internet. They probably pay lots of money or whatever. The regular internet that you get for houses is really bad.
Life inside.
Like if you want to watch a stream
Life
movie,
inside
you
the
start
Pro
the
Tour
streaming,
player.
you put pause, and like 2 hours later you can watch it.
Looks like Brazil, like 5 years ago. Maybe
Alright.
not 5, maybe like 2 years ago.
All right, both players going to 6. They giving back their decks.
Shuffling long enough to stream a movie.
3, 6. I go to 5.
Snap calls going to 5. Leader going to make his choice.
Dude, you have magic hands.
Oh, I don't have.
So it looks like Edel is choosing to keep his.
I will probably make a very bad keep on camera just to make
And on the back tables, Dennis Rashid has taken game 1 from Craig Wesco. He leads 1-0.
Wesco playing a white
small
Weenie
white man.
deck. Yeah, the surprise of no one. He just walked into the players, party the other day and yesterday, and just pretty much just announced, yep, I'm here to attack with small white men. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm not making any secrets of it. So Willy Edel, he has been playing for a while. He debuted at Pro Tour New York in 2000. So he is on the Pro Tour now. Going into his 14th season.
Yep.
Debuted on the GP in Rio in 1998. 157 lifetime pro points. He's gold this season, so kind of back this year. And he has that one Pro Tour. He has 2 Pro Tour top 8s actually. 3 Pro Tour top 8s. My eyes.
19.
It's Team Myopia here
Yeah, Team Myopia.
in the booth. So Edel leads. Edel has Raging Ravine after Rosa leads with land, bird, which of course gets bolted.
Yep.
18.
For the Tarmogoyf.
Your turn.
It's 2-3.
2-3.
And Tarmogoyf currently 2-3, courtesy of 1 creature. And
Now
2 lightning bolts in the
Your hand
graveyard.
doesn't seem bad so far. Yeah.
Both from the top. Go.
My turn.
Yes.
So
Your turn.
Nino stall 2 lands. Draws a lightning bolt. Of course, has no way to cast it.
Nice one.
Verdant Catacombs for Willy Edel.
You have Barbarian Elf.
No.
A sigh of relief from Ant.
Willy Edel searching for a forest.
Shuffle what you think.
Sure.
And he's going to think about playing Thrun the Last Troll. That's an uncomfortable card for Antonino de Rosa.
My turn.
Yes.
Your turn.
Nino once again
Magic.
doesn't draw land. And Willy Edel
Position.
And he's about to get trolled.
Swamp and the Inquisition. We see Lightning Bolt, Bloodbraid Elf,
This one.
Yeah.
2 hero Bladehold,
Notes.
and the one he takes, Knight of the Reliquary.
Knight and Bolt eligible for Inquisition.
11.
Treetop Village
11.
and Thrun
Go.
both in, dropping Antonino to a quick 11. And
Your turn.
this one looks like it's over before it started. I mean, Nino went to 5, and Edel went to 6, but as we
4.
talked about, that Jund deck is really resilient.
Go.
Derives at a 4, scoops him up, extends the
Not saying good
hand.
games, but
No,
good games.
they weren't.
Willy Edel takes down Antonino de Rosa. 2-0.
So I think we're gonna get a look at possibly the youngest Pro Tour competitor here this weekend,
Kyle Morlock?
and really one of the youngest we've ever seen. Kyle Morlock playing against Su Ching Kuo, who we discovered is working with Team Mana Deprived,
Yep.
and is said we have to compete with these super teams, and formed an alliance with them, and their deck. He is 1-0-1 at the moment.
Go.
And we see
Okay, read that.
Morlock is playing Jund. And
As we get started in this game, we find out that Shar Shinar has also won his match 2-0 against William Jensen.
Su Ching Kuo is playing blue-white control. He calls it, but it's Kitchen Finks, Restoration Angel, Snapcasters, Clicks,
Kitchen
and 2
Finks.
Wall of Omens.
Kitchen Finks, which he has on the table.
Double block. Thoughtseize.
Warlock cast Thoughtseize. Takes a look at what Su Ching Kuo has in his hand. We see him flipping back and forth.
Four or 3?
Huh?
How many cards?
4.
An Inquisition,
Card do I
a Maelstrom
want?
Pulse,
Wow.
He wows at Suching's hand.
Supreme verdict.
Takes the supreme verdict.
Okay, so we're seeing a nice
Use the
Spread.
other black floating and suit again.
16.
Kitchen Finks.
Now takes the kitchen finks.
Go.
leaves it with remanded tech edge.
Which is nice right now since Kyle only has 3 lands. All right, kitchen finks gets
13.
in.
13.
13.
Go.
Drops Kyle to 13.
And Kyle's up.
Black green.
Okay.
Call select.
Jundek just stripping away at Suching's hand. That's the 3rd discard spell in 2 turns.
Sorry.
He's gonna think about the remand, but what's the just to set him back a turn?
Just draw a card, but he really wants to cast that Restoration Angel, reset his kitchen finks. He's like, fine. Green
Black.
floating, play Tarmogoyf.
Green floating, play Tarmogoyf. Always a good play.
How big?
He's a 1/2 over here. And then you've got instant. So 3,
3.
4.
3/4 is that Tarmogoyf as the players discuss
How
the
many?
2 cards.
2
So you
cards.
11.
Yeah.
Quo is on
Okay.
22.
More like an
16
11.
to
And in turn, flashing in that
13.
Restoration Angel is going to get Suching up to 24, and then he's going to bash
16.
back for 7
Uh,
or for
shock.
6 on.
Oh, yeah, shock, yeah.
You shock and I attack.
There's just a
we
little
miss
discussion of life
resources.
total right now.
You shock 1 time
Yeah.
and I
Double Thoughtseize plus that is 6, 7, 8, 9, so it's 11.
So
Correct.
Kyle's correct. Life total is 11, as they
Shock.
discuss.
2, 4,
4,
6,
6,
9.
9.
Okay, Judge. Coming in
Thoughtseize,
to help
that's
him.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct?
Right?
So,
Should be at 11. Is that
yeah.
Yep.
What's the
Should
other
be
two
11.
damage? Oh,
Get it
yeah,
right.
shock.
We didn't get the last Thoughtseize out.
What are we missing front?
I think the last thought, I think they're right. They didn't
Yeah.
deduct the life from the last thought seize.
Okay.
So
11.
they're just working it out.
Okay.
I had you start
And
with
again,
20. I had
this-
Thoughtseize 18, Thoughtseize to 16, attack to 13.
Yeah.
So this is a
That's
shock.
all I have.
Do we have
Yeah,
a shot
shock,
plan?
yeah.
Did that come into play tapped or untapped?
Yeah. Turn 2.
trying to
It's
think.
turn 3.
Yeah.
Turn 2 top count.
Huh? No,
You have
turn
him at
2 was.
11? You have him at 11.
I thought turn
Yeah.
2 was
This result.
Twilight. Thought turn 2 was Twilight Copperline and then Overground 3rd turn. That was that. Like,
Right, so a little interesting little
Yeah,
discussion
he's
on
got you at 11.
the life total.
yeah, and
So
then
what are you
Overground.
doing in this
Overgrown came
situation,
in turn
Sheldon,
3,
as the head
Satan
judge?
came in turn
What's your
2.
goal
Yeah,
here?
we can just go with his life.
Well,
then.
my goal is to get to the
It's
truth.
probably just
quite
like
honestly.
2 lives,
the,
so.
the organic the
It's
organic
attack.
game state. You know, that's we desire
11.
that in Magic
Just attack
at all
before you
levels. You know, we want
play
the
this
game
line.
that I hate the word should have been, but the game that's supposed to have been. And
Since this is just going to be trouble, I can just go down 2 more life. Like, I don't.
I'm not sure that's the answer.
I could just go down 2 more
There's
life.
there's
I
a
don't
spotter. There's a spotter,
But
so
no,
the judge should be on the case,
No.
verifying the life
this
total
result,
changes.
I cut 11. I attack in the
Yeah,
turn.
the question is, did this come
And
into
the,
play?
and the whole discussion here is whether
untapped or
the
tapped? That's-
the
I
overgrown
wasn't
tomb
here.
came into play
I
tapped or
wasn't
not.
here when
So
when
to
those
continue to
lands
answer
were
your
played, so
question,
I don't know.
we
He
really
says that this-
recreate. We
that this
we
was
try to
his turn
go
two
back
and
and see
this was his
what
I know.
happened in this game.
But the question
That's,
is 16 down to
Jason Ness
down to
from
13
Canada,
is my last
outstanding
attack.
judge.
An outstanding
Right.
judge.
And this
Correct.
and a pretty
Yeah.
fine TO
Anyway,
as well.
Yeah, and someone who's worked with young
he
players. He,
does
he used to
this
head
for
judge the Junior Super Series
Right.
Championship
Right.
Yeah,
at
that's,
Nationals
Yep.
each year.
And he's a teacher.
Yeah.
11 it is.
Yeah, this,
So-
he played this turn, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And last turn I attacked to 3.
So-
We just have,
Okay.
we have.
Yeah.
we
Looks
both
like
have
they
different
worked it out right.
totals.
I
Yeah.
think
What we missed was
11
shot.
is the right
Yes.
total for
So
Kyle
that's
Morlock,
so 11.
So you are 11.
Okay.
which is going to
Okay,
be
pass the turn.
is going to be
End of
reduced
turn.
Yeah.
pretty quickly
24.
by
To 8.
the Restoration Angel, and Kitchen Finks. So, I mean,
it's
at 11, it's only
Yeah,
2
3,
hits, whereas it's
Goat.
Yeah,
8.
Tarmogoyf is
Tarmogoyf
more
keeping the
blocking.
ground.
Really?
Yeah.
8.
All right, 24 for Suchinquo, 8 for Kyle Morlock. Got all that worked out. But again, the long answer is the right answer
Pulse.
is what we're trying to get to.
Pulse the Angel.
In a situation where you can't figure out everything, where you don't have 100% information, you have to use your experience and use your best judgment.
Stupid life. Kill me.
On a life, Kyle Morlock says.
Pass.
Path to
Go get a
Tarmogoyf
white-
Yep.
Or not white.
gets
Go get a land.
gets the basic land. While he's doing that, I think the Kitchen Finks is going to come across. There's Forest.
Doesn't Kyle only get to start at 12 life, since that's how old he is?
5.
So I'm an advocate for starting games with your age as your life total.
Okay, and then so he paths, go get a 4th land,
Everyone is out.
turns on Tectonic Edge, your red source. Which I believe is a Copperline Gorge.
Okay,
Go.
my turn.
Kyle,
Play with the upside down.
1 card left in his hand.
Kitchen Finks.
Kitchen Finks of his own. So that
10.
7.
Huh? Oh no. Oops.
okay.
You are
Up to
8.
Yeah,
7.
5. You are 7.
Sorry. I missed that one. 7.
Kyle had forgotten the
Okay,
last 3
7,
from the Kitchen Finks because he was
24.
busy searching for his land.
My turn.
Yeah.
Passes the turn. Suchinquo verifies that that's the case. Probably needs to untap his Kitchen Finks. There he goes. He's thinking, I think he drew a Snapcaster Mage.
In which case he would just path this thing. Yep.
Snapcaster into. That's your friend Mike Flores on the
Bastard.
Snapcaster Mage, right?
Yes, that's what they tell me.
2, 4.
24 to 4.
Okay, Kitchen Finks comes across the table as Kyle goes and gets a swamp, dropping him to 4. So he's got 1 turn. He's got to find an answer to both these creatures. The Kitchen Finks twice. And still stay alive.
My turn.
All right, Kyle untaps. Flips up. That's a land. I didn't think that did much good.
Fulminator.
Fulminator Mage
Yep.
that we saw in there earlier. Nice metagame choice, I think. Here comes everybody.
Block the Finks.
Block things.
Yeah, Finks.
Okay, so
Take 2 to 2.
you are 2. I'm 20.
26 for
Yeah.
Suchinquo as the Kitchen Finks persists back. Jun Charm be a pretty good top deck. Oh, another
So,
Kitchen Finks for
28.
Suchinquo. A lot of mileage out of the
Okay,
Finks.
come on.
Yeah. Okay, come on, here.
That's it.
Nope.
Yep, scoop him up.
Good games.
Hands extended. Suchinquo takes down Kyle Morlock 2-0 in round 3 action here at Pro Tour Return to Ravnica. It looks like all the back tables might be empty.
I think we're going to take a look at Dennis Rashid and Craig Wesco.
We're going to get to see Wesco attack with little guys.
Yeah, and Dennis Rashid in pursuit of his 3rd straight Pro Tour top 8.
That doesn't happen that often.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't. Although you have 2 players here this weekend
Who've done it.
doing that.
Right. All right, so we're going to move across to the Wesco Rashid match. Ultra Pro is the leading manufacturer of trading card game sleeves and deck boxes. If you're looking for official Return to Ravnica portfolios, card storage boxes, deck boxes, sleeves, and playmats, Ultra Pro has you covered. For more information, visit wizards.com/magic merchandise. Dennis Rashid up 1-0 in this match.
So, and Dennis Rashid, to the shock and amazement of almost everyone, is playing Jund. So, you know.
So we saw the Kitchen Finks make a big
Sure.
splash in that game.
And we saw it in Blue White Control. We've seen it in Jund. We've seen it in Naya.
Yep.
And really, you know, what you're doing is that it's the hybrid mana. You know, really allows it a lot of flexibility and a lot of different color pairings. You know, it's easy to cast, gains life, persists after death. Very flavorful.
Keeps coming back.
Currently the most played creature in Modern. Wow, I would have had that on like Snapcaster Mage
Or
or something
Delver
like that.
or something, yeah.
Yeah. And wow, it originally gained 3 life. That's crazy.
Yeah, they probably played that with a few times. Went, oh my goodness, I'm at 36.
Yeah.
This is a little bit too much. All right, there's Dennis Rashid on the left. There's Craig Wesco on the right. Both highly skilled, highly accomplished Magic players.
So we just saw a Tide Hollow Scholar come down and grab the last card out from Rashid's hand. Again, Rashid playing Jund. Craig Wesco playing a white Weenie deck. He credits the design to Caleb Durward, who's also here playing this weekend. And we see, you know, cards like Martyr Sands, Honor of the Pure, lots of token generators, Squadron Hawks, an old favorite.
Rashid activates the Raging Ravine and battles with everybody.
Well, and Craig is at, you know,
7. Wesco at 7, Rashid at 20. And again, Rashid up 1-0 in this match.
Craig's trying to figure out the minimum amount of creatures he needs to block with.
We see that honor of the Pure on the bottom for Wesco.
Is that a Deathrite Shaman
Yes.
equipped with
Batterskull?
a Batterskull?
Takes
what it looks
4
like to
and
me.
I gain 5.
Huh. Well,
Take
that's,
4, I gain 5.
That's impossible.
That's impossible. No, that's not impossible, Brian David Marshall. That's bona fide.
Go ahead.
That's
All right, Wesco draws his top deck, extends the hand. Dennis Rashid takes down Craig
Jump
Wesco.
Charms.
2-0 in the last of
My
our
hand had
feature
like
matches.
2 lands and 3 jump charms. I'm like, keep.
here, Dennis talking about Jund Charm.
Not much
Pretty
action,
good
but
against the
I mean-
Weenie Horde.
Well, he said his opening hand was
2-0.
3 lands, 2 Jund Charms.
Yeah, crazy.
Here we are back in the booth, everybody. Welcome. The end of round 3 action. I'm Sheldon Menery. He's Brian David Marshall. You can follow him on Twitter at Top8Games. You can follow me cryptically at Sheldon Menery.
What does that mean? I've been trying to figure it out.
I've been searching all my life for the meaning to that.
45 minutes at a time.
Right.
So I'm really disappointed. There's a couple of exciting cards in Craig Wesco's deck
Everybody
that
gets to see.
I was hoping we get a chance to see. I hope this deck isn't isn't done in the feature match area.
It's early, so we're not going to spoil
I
what
don't
they
want to
are.
spoil anything. But boy, you know, people who were asking for 20-25% of the field on Jund, anecdotally,
Yeah.
it's like
40.
I mean, I just based on
Yeah.
how much we're seeing in the feature match area every
Yeah,
round.
I think that. Well, I mean, part of the skill of coming to the Pro Tour or really any event is successful gauging of the metagame. You know, you got to know what you're going to see, and that's important for what you play. Looks like we are ready to go back to the news. Not nearly ready to go back to the news desk. Successful judgment of the metagame, because you can bring a deck that's really, really good, but has a fair amount of bad matchups, you know, and if you think, well, it's only a third of the field, or it's only, you know,
Sure.
10% of the field, so I'm going to hope to dodge
Right.
those landmines.
Right, people say that all the time. They're like, well, they're like, oh, I don't want to play that deck because it's terrible against X,
Yeah.
whatever that is. And the reality is, that's fine. You're going to be, all your decks are going to have a bad matchup against something, right? You're going to have hopefully overwhelmingly positive matchups in a broad, cross section of the field, and there's going to be a couple of places where you're just vulnerable. You hope to shore it up in the sideboard, But, so you see a deck like the Niv Magus Elemental deck, which is, a super exciting deck. But if Jund is, 30, 33, 35% of the field,
it's going to be a long day for those guys.
It could be a long day.
For Jerry Thompson, Brad Nelson.
And company.
And company. All right, that's the end of round 3. And we're going to go back to the news desk. Pro Tour Return to Ravnica 2012.